Yeah, no, I think so too. So I know you're from a big family, 5 kids, a lot of kids.
Hmm. Yeah,
Do
a
you
lot of
feel
kids.
that do you feel that Judaism, especially Jewish food, was a big part of your upbringing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I grew up having Shabbat dinner every Friday night, and it was this whole big thing in my family. And I just remember when I was in high school thinking it was so uncool, and I just wanted to go and hang out with my friends already. And why do we have to do this whole big production of a dinner? And then when I went to college, I realized just how special that was and how nice that was to be all together. My dad would cut the challah, and every single week on Friday, he would be, "Oh, I cut my finger." Oh, and he would make this joke, and we'd all roll our eyes and we'd laugh. And it was just this nice kind of ritual that we did. And matzo ball soup was always part of it.
No, that's so cool. Like I love those moments where families kind of gather like around food. I'm a big foodie, so I love those moments where kind
Yeah.
of food and family intersect. And I love that that's like something that's not just, a few times during the year. That was like a weekly occurrence for you guys. I think that's so cool and something that you're, continuing with your children as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really special. My mom also made brisket for it,
Ooh.
and we'd
Okay.
have brisket for Shabbat. And another thing, when you're in high school and you're getting it all the time for Friday, I was just like, I'm no more of this mushy meat. I'm over the mushy meat. And then I go to college and I realized how good it was and what was I complaining about. I love mushy meat, and so brisket's back up there for me. I really love it.
Are there any other like staples? I know you mentioned the matzo ball soup, and now you've mentioned New Orleans brisket. Like, is
Mm-hmm.
are those some of the dishes that you have the most fond memories of, or any other favorites from your childhood that you've kind of like maybe your mom had like a favorite recipe that your mom had her like staple that she used that's like, oh, you're like, this is my mom's XYZ recipe. Like, is there anything like that that's in your family?
Oh yeah, I mean, besides what I've already mentioned, kugel was a really big part of it.
Mm.
And
Okay.
kugel is a noodle pudding. That's how my mom defines it, but noodle pudding sounds so gross. So it's kind of like noodles in almost like a lasagna with fruit interspersed throughout. And she would just use one of those cans of fruit with the maraschino cherries in it. So it's not a fancy meal at all, but it's a nice side dish. And I would eat it as a side dish or as dessert with the meal. And like the joke in my family is my mom just always makes something into a kugel. So it always tastes like a kugel test. So I mean, I think I couldn't have a dinner that didn't include a kugel, for talking about traditional foods.
No, that makes sense. That is very